Welcome inside the Campus Recreation and Wellness Center here at Durham College. Joey Chapman alongside John Lodge as we have back-to-back playoff basketball games here at the CRWC, as we are going to start with the 3-6 crossover matchup on crossover weekend here, as the Durham Lords are hosting the Sheridan Bruins. As we are doing the starting lineups right now for the Bruins, it is Sydney Charvez, Audrey Karen, Brianna Stewart, Teresa Brown, and Camila Olana. For your Durham Lords, number 22, Caitlin Cruikshank, is joined alongside number 4, Emily Chamberlain, number 3, Maddie Dender, number 52, Keisha Arthurworthy, and rounding out the starting 5 for the Durham Lords, number 4, Emily Glendenning. Joey Chapman, John Lodge with you on the Durham Lords Network. And John, this should be fun.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Joey. I had a conversation with Coach LaFontaine just before the game here, asked her what her message was in the dressing room and what the game plan was, and she said they've worked all year long to get to this point. They're not about to adjust the way they have played all year. They're going to continue along the path and try to not overreact to what Sheridan is doing. They've played strong as a unit, and what's great for the Lords is they have 2 strong units, one coming off the bench, led by Victoria Brody. We've seen Brody as a starter in the first half of the season, and then she has come off the bench, and since she has done that since January, she's played outstanding, so expecting great things from the bench.
Absolutely, the bench has been such a strong part for this Lords team that has taken them on a 3-game win streak, which was so big for this team. It allowed them to secure this home playoff date, and it bumped them inside the OCAA top 10 rankings for the first time since midway through the year. Now the 10th ranked team in the province. The team they're facing today is 9, as Maddie Dender gets the Lords on the board with her first 3 of the day. And John, it looks like she's switched up the shoes again.
Yeah, Maddie Dender, that's been a lot of the story. She hasn't been able to find comfortable footwear to stay with all year, but these ones look good to start off with that nice 3-ball.
That's a beautiful 3 for the Lords to start the game after a quick foul. Got Sheridan on the board quickly at the line. This is Glendenning underneath the basket. She kicks it out to Dender for 3. Back-to-back 3s from Maddie Dender. And number 3 for the Durham Lords in her 3rd year in the program is raining them down here early. This is Stewart. She kicks it out, but a good defensive play there by Glendenning to get a hand on it. This ball moves quickly up to Dender. She can't get that to go underneath the basket. It looked like there was lots of contact, but the officials say no. Moving that over is Charvez. Charvez to Karen. Nice drive from Teresa Brown. She's going to pick up the foul, and the Lords have spotted Sheridan 2 fouls here early. This time it goes on Keisha Arthurworthy. It is her first of the game.
Yeah, I took my headphone off to see if I could hear and see if she had her second yet, but good job that's only her first, because she's going to be a key player for the Lords defensively in the paint, Joey.
For sure, and we were talking about it pregame, John. Discipline going to be so important for this Lords team. Certainly don't like to see the foul trouble this early in the first quarter.
Yeah, definitely not. You had mentioned that the Lords come into this one on a 3-game winning streak. Well, Sheridan comes into this one on a 2-game losing streak, so the Lords look to take advantage of that.
Here is Dender, and she is going to be called for the travel there. I was going to say she was fouled, but the official says no, guy. And it will be a Sheridan throw-in here, as we are less than a minute and a half into this ball game. 6-3, the Lords lead early on crossover weekend here at the CRWC. Nice pass there as Sheridan moves the ball around, holding on to it. Here is Stewart. Stewart kicks it out. Nice little fake by Karen as she lets it go, but that clanks off the back rim. But a smart defensive play there. That was Karen again, as she threw that ball hard off of Caitlin Cruikshank, and it will be a Sheridan throw-in here on the Lords' end of the court.
Yeah, they've been crashing the paint and getting those offensive rebounds. Lords are going to have to clean that up.
Deep 2 taken. Good job there, Dakota Kirby all over it defensively, and the Lords come back the other way. Maddie Dender, the lone lone scorer for the Lords, passes this to Keisha Arthurworthy. Arthurworthy hangs onto it, gives it out to Kirby, the point guard at the top. Making some moves is Dakota Kirby as she drives hard and doesn't get that to go. Lots of contact not being called by the officials here. That was a good battle there with Charvez. A layup there goes high and long as Teresa Brown can't get it to go. Yet to make a field goal here are the Bruins. This is Glendenning. Glendenning with a nice move, and that layup doesn't go, but Keisha Arthurworthy picks up the rebound, and she gets the first two-pointer of the game for either team. 2.5 minutes into this one. Stewart. Charvez, deep three taken, clanks, and does not go as that rolled around on the top of the backboard before finally falling out of play. Will be a Lord's throw-in. Caitlin Cruikshank has it in her hand. Glendenning, who's been a huge factor for this Lord's team post-Christmas break. Dender for three, and that time it air balls. But a good play there by Cruikshank to keep it alive. Unfortunately there was nobody in white to get the ball. Sheridan back up the court, down by 5. 2 taken there and made. Teresa Brown gets on the board. Quick possession there from Sheridan. Back to my Emily Glendenning point, John. She was coming off the bench to start the year. Thinking about it now, maybe that was due to her baseball commitments, her softball commitments early in the season. Obviously took up lots of her time. The team went on to win nationals in the OCAA.
Got 2-sport athlete, very impressive.
Yeah,
and her coming in the starting unit also kind of coincided with Brody heading to the bench and leading that second unit. So it could be a combo of two things, but definitely had to do something with her commitment to the baseball or the softball team.
Yeah, she's just been so strong for the Lord. She's repping the left knee brace here today. I believe that's a new addition, or at least it's a bigger brace than she's been wearing before. We'll keep an eye on that. Nice bounce pass there as Sheridan starts to move the ball around. That was Orlana, the recipient, and they have cut this lead to just 1. Dakota Kirby is going to foul there. She gave the ball away to Stewart. A little cheekily lays that ball in late.
That second unit's about to come on now for Coach, almost as a whole, with 4 at the table ready to check in.
Yeah, expect Glendenning to stay in as she does. As you're right, John, the wholesale changes here for the Lords. Chamberlain comes in, as does Kiera, Navarro, and Brody. As the rest of the starting 5, sans Emily Glendenning, comes off the court for Coach LaFontaine.
Yeah, Kirby for me was having a hard go in that first little bit. She's probably going to get a message from Coach. She's been keyed in on a lot though by Sheridan, so her being covered, it leaves another person open. So just has to keep the emotions down and continue playing strong.
Nice pass there from Victoria Brody, trying to find Chamberlain as the Lords struggle to get the ball on those layups early, John. They've missed 3 or 4 of them. Stewart with a nice move gets around the defender and gets it to go, and Sheridan has taken the lead back for the first time in about 4 minutes. Jocelyn Kiera, another late addition to this team, gives it to Victoria Brody, who kicks it to Alicia Navarro. Navarro to Glendenning for 3. Emily Glendenning hits a deep 3 from Ajax, and the Durham Lords back on top by 2. Joey Chapman, John Lodge here on the Durham Lords Network. Playoff basketball here in the CRWC.
It's exciting here. We got a pretty good crowd going here, Joey.
Absolutely. More and more keep filtering inside the gym here as that shot was missed by Stewart. And only going to get louder as this is game 1 of a doubleheader. The men's basketball team will be hosting I believe it is the Fanshawe Falcons. It is in our second half doubleheader. John Lodge will have the call for you at around 5:30 right here on the Durham Lords Network. This is Kiera carrying this ball out. Guarded nicely there from Stewart. Brody to Glendenning. Good ball movement here from the Lords in the second unit, but Kiera has that ball stolen away from her. Courtney Martin with no regard there. As I'm starting to get confused with the big S and the numbers on these Sheridan Bruins jerseys. as Victoria Brody jacks a deep three. Contested. Lords get it back. Good rebounding there. Brody drives the basket hard. Looked like Stewart got some contact, but no call from the official. Durham Lords number 10, Jocelyn Kiera, steals it back. This is Chamberlain looking for Brody. A bit of a miscue there as it's going to go out of play. Will be a Sheridan throw-in as we near the 6-minute mark in this ball game. Lords and Bruins tied up at 11.
Yeah, we talked previously to this game, Joey, as we were doing our prep, and I had said, and you had echoed the statement that we were expecting a close game today, and so far, that's exactly what it's been, tied at 11s.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sheridan Bruins come into this game, like you mentioned earlier, John, losing 2 in a row, and they have a sub 500 record on the year at 9-11 coming into this game. But as we've mentioned on these broadcasts, out west they play a couple more games just due to the more teams they have out there, and it's definitely the deeper of the two regions, east and west region out west.
Yeah, they finished the exact same amount of wins as the Lords, so you can imagine anything could have happened if the Lords had played those other 3 games. So
that's going to be a foul there against Brody.
I think she's going to shoot 3.
Absolutely, she will. As Leanna Rose Vijaya's, I said that wrong. Villagas. I knew I had like a little phonetic in there, and then I can't read what I wrote, and that's always a problem. As I'm going to look at yours because you did it properly. Villagas. One more time. Give it to me one more time, John.
Villagas
steps up to the line here and nails her first one. That was an ill-timed foul there on Victoria Brody, and she certainly doesn't like it as she's still shaking her head, John.
Yeah, she's letting her emotions get the better of her. I think that's her second or third foul since coming in, so it's definitely at least her second foul, I'll tell you, and coach is not going to like that because she wants her second unit to be out there a lot longer, and with your general out there, it's going to be tough to keep that unit out.
Yeah, that certainly hurts Victoria Brody and the Lords as they are now in the penalty as they've given up their 5 fouls in the first quarter. Sheridan will look to take advantage, and they get a nice layup to go there. Teresa Brown continues her strong game here early as Sheridan's been spreading the ball around here on the Lords. This is Navarro. Navarro guarded by Rose. Brody. Glendenning to a streaking Navarro. Nice play there as 4 and 12 hook up on the combination. Great play there from Emily Glendenning to find her, and Alicia Navarro makes no mistake on the lay-in. Lords still trail by 1. 3:20 left on the clock here in the Campus Recreation and Wellness Center. Deep 3 taken here by Charvez. That clanks off the back of the rim. Navarro scoops up the rebound. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Lots of time for the Lords to draw up a play. Chamberlain to Kiera. Back to Navarro. Navarro pump fakes. Comes in with a nice spin move there. Looking to find Chamberlain underneath the basket, but a nice defensive play there by Brown, and Sheridan comes back the other way. But errant pass, let's call it, by Courtney Martin is intercepted by Emily Glendenning. As she continues to be strong here for Coach LaFontaine. Kiera with a deep 2. And that clanks off the front of the rim. Not enough juice on that one.
Yeah, she didn't get her feet set on that one, Joey, so it's kind of a shot on the fly, and it didn't have any strength behind it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit rushed as Kiera looked like that might have been a push. She gets away with one as Sheridan has gotten cold here after taking the 14-13 lead. Glendenning to Navarro. Kiera holds it now. Kiera drives to the basket. A lane's opened up. She gets the layup off the rim and no good. And that's going to be a foul there. If that's against Kiera, then that should be shooting at least 1 here.
Not 9 deep, Joey. We're going 10 deep now for the Lords as Owusu has checked in.
That is interesting. Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the things you talked about, John, as Coach LaFontaine said 9 deep pregame. That was what she was looking to go with. We certainly thought that would mean no Kadian Owusu, Stakina Gilbert, Raquel Clayton, and Zahara Gallimore were going to be the odd women out. But number 54 has checked into the game here, and it was a foul on Kiera, I believe. So back to the line here go the Bruins.
It was either a foul on Kiera or a foul on Chamberlain, and it makes me believe it was Chamberlain because she's on the bench, and it could be because she's racked up a few fouls. That's why we're seeing Owusu out here. What surprised me, Joey, is I've seen a lot of Chamberlain. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Yes, Chamberlain on the top of the three-point arc to start these plays, and we're used to seeing her deep in the paint. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, a couple rotations as Coach LaFontaine's gone away from her second unit here. 4 minutes after they got on the court, Dender's come in for Brody, and Owusu's come in for Chamberlain. I guess that makes sense. The other height that the Lords have, Emily Glendenning at 5'10". Besides Keisha Arthurworthy, who Coach is clearly going to lean on here as the game continues. So some on-the-fly adjustments from Coach LaFontaine as trying to get back into this game. Emily Chamberlain is doing everything she can to keep the Lords in it. She battles hard underneath the basket there and gets 2 to go. Courtney Martin driving hard to the basket. She tries a desperation play to keep it alive. She cannot. Guess who? It's Emily Chamberlain who is there to
Glendenning,
to take the errant pass. This is Dender to Glendenning. Glendenning back to Dender. Dender for deep 3, and that one doesn't go. As that ball was launched from Scarborough.
Yeah, that was a deep one. Didn't really have the muscle on it to put that one up.
Shout out to Port Union 401. That's where Dender shot that ball from. Couldn't get it to go. 1 minute left here. 12 on the shot clock. Sheridan trying to set something up, and they do, as Owusu is beaten there by Mara Douglas, the Oakville, Ontario native. Opens up a 3-point lead here for the Sheridan Bruins in this first quarter. Kiera to Dender. Maddie Dender, who's made 2 3-pointers in this game, to Glendenning. Glendenning drives hard, and that layup doesn't go. Good defense there from the Bruins, as they have done an excellent job at not fouling the Lords here. As that's going to be Glendenning, yes, who picks up another foul. And the Bruins going back to shoot 2. This bonus for the Bruins has really given the Lords some trouble here, John, as easy points for the Bees as they go back to the line here.
Yeah, we've talked about this all year long, in foul trouble, especially early on in the quarter. That's going to give you a lot of issues later on in the game. You can't be giving away these free points at the line. Lords got lucky there. She missed her first. We'll see what happens on the second shot, but they got to be more careful. That foul is actually on Kiera.
They give it to Kiera, eh?
Yeah, they gave it to Kiera, so maybe being a little bit... yeah, that should be a lane violation. Yeah, they went over the top of Dender on the rebound attempt there.
Yeah, so they're going to call it, and the official does make the call. So finally, the Sheridan Bruins take their second foul here.
And their third.
As they have some fouls to use, and they are.
29 seconds left, right? Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Good to see boss man Scott Dennis in the building with the little man cheering on the Lords. It's a full family affair here in the CRWC. Lords trailing the Bruins 18-15. 30 seconds left in this first quarter. This is Dender to Navarro. Navarro can't hang on to that high pass. Just a little over her fingertips was that one. Somehow this ball falls there. I can't believe that. Courtney Martin, it looked like it hung on the rim for a good second. And she gets the shooter's bounce to go. 10 seconds left on the clock. Kiera has the ball in her hand. No shot clock here. 5 seconds left. Jocelyn Kiera has it. She moves it inside to Navarro. Navarro tries to get the layup, but that sails long, as that was a tough attempt there. As the Lords trail the Sheridan Bruins 20-15 after one quarter here in the 3-6 crossover matchup. Game E, they're calling it on the OCAA website.
Game E, eh? Well, the Lords did a good job, Joey, in that first quarter with the three-point shot early on, draining 3-2 for Dender and 1 for Glendenning, but they kind of got away from that what I see from Sheridan is a lot of man defense. So what that says to me is if you can move the ball around more freely, then you're going to open up a spot on the court. They're not playing the zone, so the Lords need to get that ball, moving it around the edge of the perimeter. I would maybe set 3 on the perimeter and 2 inside the 2-point area. Get the ball moving around and try and get inside and get off glass. So they've had some open space in the paint, but they've been very quick shots and they're not getting it off glass. They're kind of shooting it over the rim, airballing it a little bit. Other than that, it's the fouls, right? We gotta get those, or the Lords have to get those in check. They cannot be sending Sheridan to the line with 5 minutes to go in the quarter.
No, I would certainly imagine that is the message from Coach LaFontaine here, is to not get yourself in foul trouble early. The Lords took 2 quick fouls less than 2 minutes in to that first quarter, John, and if you do that, you're just putting yourself behind the 8 ball, especially against this really good Sheridan Bruins team. This is playoff time. Nothing's going to come easy. And for me, Johnny, it's just Stewart, Brown, Charvez, and Martin, the top 4 point getters, the players who average the most for the Sheridan Bruins team. They've been the best players early for the double blue. Good job there underneath the basket. Absolutely. Alicia Navarro not being afraid as the 5'3" Oshawa, Ontario native outworks for that rebound. Lords trail now 20-17. Joey Chapman, John Lodge with you on the Durham Lords Network. This should be a good one, folks. This is Stewart for 3, as that was a bit rushed there from number 10, and it goes long. It's a 2-on-0 here for the Lords. Stewart came back defensively, but Maddie Dender going to get called for the travel, her second of the afternoon, as that is a tough break there for the green, white, and gold.
Yeah, the ball was a little bit far ahead of her, and when she got possession of it, she couldn't stop her momentum. So she dragged her pivot foot, and that's the travel for sure.
Sheridan trying to take advantage, and they do easily. That was Tamaya Rowe getting her first basket of the game, as Coach LaFontaine has continued to switch up the lineup here as Alicia Navarro stays on the court. The rest are the starting 4, so she switched out Crookshank for Navarro here in the second quarter, trying to get a little more offense is Coach LaFontaine. Maddie Dender steps up and makes that first free throw attempt. As a bit of a reversal here, Sheridan takes a foul in the first minute of a quarter.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Lords continue with this fast break style of play here, trying to get the ball in deep and quick, get the ball off glass, and see if they can get Sheridan in foul trouble.
Rowe stolen there by Glendenning, or at least a try. Good defensive effort here by the Lords, and she caps it off. Emily Glendenning puts up her 7th point of the night as I look at your paper.
Oh,
that's a big collision underneath the basket. Good job there, Keisha Arthurworthy, protecting the house. And our favorite rule, I know it's your favorite rule, John, the OCAA no jump ball rule is going to give Sheridan a throw-in here underneath the Lord's basket.
Yeah, the change of possession rule, I guess, or whatever they're going to call it. I actually had to have a referee explain that one to me for 5 minutes because I just couldn't.
What did they say?
Get it.
I don't know.
They literally just said it depends on whichever way the arrow at the scorer's table is pointing. That's where it goes on a jump ball. And I mean, I know that sounds simple. How does someone have to explain that to me for 5 minutes? But I just, as an NBA fan and an NCAA fan, I watch basketball a lot, and that doesn't happen over there. So it's just strange for it to happen in the OCAA.
Every league's got their own rules, and they don't all make sense. This is Dender driving hard. She gets it to go. That's a great play there. Maddie Dender has tied this game up at 22. It also doesn't help, John, that you're relying on our game day staff for possession. I love those guys down there. What a steal here by Dender. Dender driving hard, and she doesn't get it to go, as Dender maybe took her eyes off the prize a little bit there after a great steal. Stewart back the other way. She makes no mistake on that one, as Brianna Stewart leads the double blue in scoring here in the second quarter. There she is again. That time she can't get it to go. Good job there by Kirby defensively, as Keisha Arthurworthy is going to pick up her first foul of the quarter. Oh, excuse me, that's going to go against Stewart.
Yeah, Arthur really had possession of that one fully, and then I guess number 10, Stewart, she raked on her arms a little bit, so foul on them.
As the Lords catch a break there, and Sheridan forced into calling their timeout. First timeout of the game for either team. The Lords trail the Sheridan Bruins 22-24. Less than 2.5 into this second quarter. John, do you expect to see more of the starters from Coach LaFontaine here in the second quarter?
Yeah, I especially expect to see a lot of Maddie Dender and Emily Glendenning. Dender with 9, Glendenning with 7. So majority of the points on the board coming from those two players. A great job by them controlling the game. Very surprising to me, nothing from Dakota Kirby so far. She's been launching the ball up the court, trying to catch the Bruins on the run back, but they've gotten a little bit wise to that now. If you've noticed the last two attempts, they've played a little bit more zone and they've gotten back down the court very quickly. So I wonder if they're going to ease off the gas on that play a little bit and start bringing the ball up court with the point guard. In a normal, I don't want to say normal, but in the average way that the ball is brought up court in basketball, as opposed to trying to launch it up to a single person. It's interesting to me. I want to see more out of Kirby, but I can't be mad because it's just because Sheridan is playing her so tight. So we'll see if she can get more involved in this game and get some points on the board.
Yeah, the Bruins defensively have been strong here as more changes from Coach LaFontaine as we now have Brody on the court alongside Kiera. And Kirby stays out there with Arthur Worthy and Alicia Navarro, so a new look unit here for Coach LaFontaine as they try and spark something here. And Keisha Arthurworthy is going to shoot 2 at the line, an opportunity to tie this game up at 24s.
Always interesting to see them take these shots with no one standing on the sides. Reminds me of when DeMar DeRozan does it and he high-fives his invisible friends.
I love that. I love the little bit of flair and character that he throws into things sometimes. Arthur Worthy can't get either to go as the second one was closer, but it clanked off front and back rim and no good. This is Stewart. Brianna Stewart has it now. She kicks it over to Teresa Brown. Brown guarded nicely there by Alicia Navarro. Deep 3 taken by Stewart. That clanks off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Arthur Worthy. Good job there. She almost lost it, but big number 52 hangs onto the ball. Navarro drives in, kicks it out to Kirby. Kirby drives herself, doesn't get it to go. Victoria Brody tried to get the rebound, but it was stolen out of her hands there by Rowe. Good battle underneath as Brody and Rowe were going at it there. We'll keep an eye on that one. This is Stewart. She passes it off for Rowe. Rowe guarded by Navarro on the Lord's end of the court, and that layup doesn't fall. That time it does. It's Courtney Martin, the Brampton, Ontario native, putting away the garbage for the Sheridan Bruins as they lead by 4, 6:25 left in the second quarter. Nice pass there as Keisha Arthurworthy makes the easy layup as Alicia Navarro found her underneath the basket. Good ball movement there from the Lords and a quick possession. Stewart carries that ball up and Sheridan is back down on the Lord's side. It's a deep 2 taken by Brown. It doesn't fall. Kirby snags the rebound. Looking for help is Dakota Kirby. She stops up, tries to find Brody with the pass. Lords are looking for a deflection call. They're not going to get it. It will be Sheridan's throw-in underneath their own basket.
See, I would have liked her to, she stopped up a little bit. I would have liked her to stop up fully, completely stop her momentum, and then get it back towards a 3-point line. Maybe move herself back towards the arc, because she's a pretty proficient 3-point shooter as well. Just a situation where maybe she's kind of overthinking things right now and just needs to get back to playing her normal style of game, and I'm sure she'll get back to that soon.
Both teams have struggled to find a consistent rhythm offensively all game long, despite the amount of points that have been put up on the board. There's been a lot of missed possessions. This time it's Martin with the ball. She's guarded by Kiera. They're going to say that goes off of Kiera.
Short clock though.
5 seconds to be exact. 5:35 left on the clock, and not going to be lots of time for Sheridan to drop play. Throwing it in will be Chavez. Kirby just completely left her there. That was interesting as a good defensive play. Victoria Brody got a hand on it. Now now. She's wide open, but Stewart got back and got a hand on it, and like a good corner, she tipped it away. It will be Lord's throw-in, or Lord's possession.
Doing her best Tom Brady impersonation there, trying to get it deep to Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, it was a great attempt by Durham, and it certainly worked out for them off the Sheridan out of bounds. This is Kiera. Kiera nonchalantly holds off Stewart there. Good job, and gives it to Navarro. Let's say Navarro. She kicks it out to Emily Chamberlain, and Chamberlain gets that ball to go. Lords have tied this game up again at 26s. Don't go anywhere, folks. I got a feeling this is going to be back and forth all afternoon. Good defensive play there by the Lords, but Sheridan finds a way to get it. And Stewart, not the cleanest looking shot we've ever seen, but she clanks that off the backboard and gets it to go. 28-26 now the score. Alicia Navarro kicks it to Dakota Kirby. Kirby for three, and that doesn't go, as the point guard for the Lords continues to be held pointless here in this one.
I don't know what that was about, but Camilla Orella, or Oriella, or whatever, however you pronounce her name, I do apologize to her family, just threw it straight out of bounds.
Well, say it slipped as Brody takes a three, and that doesn't go. Guarded there by Teresa Brown, and Teresa Brown, a tall-looking 5'9", as she guards Brody like that. Brody's not small either at 5'8", but looked like Brown has a good couple inches on her, so a small listed 5'9", I want to say. Brown has it now. Looks to make a pass. She faked it and goes the other way. This is Stewart. Shot clock winding down. Deep two taken and made. Camila Orlena doesn't throw it out of bounds that time, as she gets it to go. 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Sheridan has retaken a 4-point lead. Kiera, Brody, guarded by Brown. Brody, nice pass in there, trying to move it to Chamberlain. Chamberlain trying to get her second points in a row. Doesn't get it that time. Stewart back up the other way. Quickly are the Bruins, as she's fouled there by Alicia Navarro, and will go to the line. Well, the Lords have improved on some areas in the second quarter. They pick up their first foul. This time it comes, let's go, 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
It's a good job by the Lords, especially they have Sheridan up at 3 fouls. Kind of hoping that they could come in and get Sheridan to get into foul trouble, but done a good job so far of not taking any more fouls. Have the Bruins, so it'll be interesting to see how this final 3.5 minutes goes. Do have two people checking in, Crookshank and Glendenning. Checking in for, looks like Brody, who is not happy with Coach. Brody and Chamberlain checking out.
This is Kirby. Kiera. Crookshank has come back into this game as well. Navarro back to Kiera. Good ball movement here for the Lords. Shot clock winding down. That's going to be a foul. And Jocelyn Kiera is going to go to the line for the 4th time in the quarter for the Lords, as they are now 1 away from getting into that elusive bonus and those easy points.
Lots of support here from Durham faithful, seeing lots of coaches across the Lords network of sports. It's good to see the support from everybody for this basketball team.
Yeah, we see Dan Hutchison from the volleyball team here. A bunch of the guys from the basketball team are here. Pre-game fun show's been here as long as any of the women, supporting and cheering the crew on. It's good to see all the Durham Lord athletes here, and if you're close by, come out and support. Game 2 of the doubleheader doesn't start till 5:30. The Lords can use your support here at the CRWC. No charge. Come in, get yourself some pots and pans, and bang them around.
Yeah, we got the Lords men's team in the front with the pots and pans, but I'm not hearing much noise, Joey, so someone's got to get down there and tell them to start making some.
Trying to get the home court advantage here going in the CRWC crossover weekend. In basketball action, Lords taking on the Bruins here in the 3-6 East-West crossover. This is Navarro. She kicks it out to Glendenning. Glendenning at the top of the three-point line, closer to midcourt. Brody's back into this game after cooling off quickly. She comes back in. I'm not sure who she came in for. I believe it was Kirby. Deep two taken as they're going to call a foul there on Emily Glendenning, and she cannot believe it. She's shaking her head. I certainly didn't look like a foul from up here, as Samantha Brownlee will go to the line for the first time here this afternoon.
Yeah, she definitely did not like that foul call by the ref. Very surprised. Maddie Dender just checked in.
Dender comes in for...
I think it's Kiera.
Yes, it is Kiera. That's who she's coming in for. Good call, Johnny. As with 2.5 left in this half, Coach LaFontaine continues to mix and match her 9. This is Brody. Brody for 3. That doesn't go. It didn't look good coming out of her hands. There it is again, Brody. This deep three taken by Cruikshank. And Caitlin Cruikshank, the uncharacteristic 3 from number 22, comes off the bench and hits a dagger to give the Lords over 30 in this first half. This is Stewart. Kicks it out there to Charvez. Charvez, that's stolen. Quick break up as looking for Dender, as Dender's back into this game, and she's going to foul there. Pretty obvious as she just runs into Audrey Karen, and the Bruins get their the Lords pick up their 3rd foul here in this 3rd quarter. Buck 43 left here on the Durham Lords Network. Joey Chapman, John Lodge with you. Shout out to the 44 tuning in on the stream. We appreciate you.
Like, subscribe, follow.
You know it. This is Charvez. Charvez braids covering the number. She's trying to trick me a little bit as she gets her own rebound there as it bounced all the way out past the 3-point line. Sheridan hanging onto the ball at 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Have to make a move. Victoria Brody on D, doing a good job there. So does Alicia Navarro.
Are they going to call a kick ball?
I am not quite sure how you call that a quick ball, as Sheridan was trying to put it between her legs, and it was just a bad move.
Wow.
But Coach LaFontaine can't believe it either. She's giving the official an earful right now.
Short clock gets reset to 14 seconds, and man, talk about getting the better end of that deal.
That's a tough break for Durham, trying to answer. Stewart, and she gets the tough layup to go.
This is not a recording, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, she's been a monster here for Sheridan in this first half. Alicia Navarro drives hard and gets it. A great play there by number 12 as she streaks in and gets the left-handed layup.
She gets the strip too.
Lords quickly up the court. It is Brody. There's 2 players up there already. Brody driving in. She finds Glendenning underneath the rim. She takes her time and just a little too much on that one as she doesn't gut it. 38 seconds left on the clock. Stewart driving hard. Wanted. Victoria Brody with no regard for human life hammers that ball away underneath the basket as the CRWC gets on its feet for that one.
Oh man, I almost had to take my headset off. I almost couldn't control myself on that one. What a block by Brody, putting all of her frustration into that.
Wow, Victoria Brody shaking her head, almost expected to see a Matumbo finger wave there as the defensive play from the Lords picks up, and that's gonna force a timeout. I don't know who called the timeout. I wasn't paying attention to that at all, as either way it's been called here. 33 seconds left on the clock. The Lords have 3 fouls. The Sheridan Bruins have 4. It is 35-33 in favor of the number 9 ranked number 6 seed visiting Sheridan Bruins. It's always interesting, especially in these crossover matchups, that a team can be ranked higher provincially, but the Lords are the 3rd ranked team in their region.
Yeah, definitely interesting, and that has to do with those 3 extra games. Just a tougher schedule, I guess, for the Bruins. We were talking with our colleague Eric about maybe them readjusting the schedule or readjusting the divisions to make it a little bit more even next year. But who knows? We're not CEOs or officials or people. Yeah, probably. But we're not people in charge of anything and too important other than getting you guys the information and calling the game.
Setting up the stream and talking. We have good jobs though, it's not bad. All right, so 33.8, throw in here.
I swear this is work.
Apparently that's what they tell us, but it doesn't feel like it, as this is a lot of fun here as we have a nail biter, and we've been looking forward to this playoff action all year long. We kept hoping we'd get some playoff games, and this is the second we've had the privilege of doing for the Durham Lords this year, and the Lords are not disappointing. I want to give a quick shout out to the Fanshawe Falcons, the OCAA men's volleyball champions. They won gold last night, taking on the Humber Hawks, continuing a undefeated season. They're on their way to nationals. Humber gets the silver, Redeemer wins bronze, and on the women's side of the bracket, it was the Humber Hawks taking the gold medal, with the Niagara Knights finishing bronze and the St. Clair Saints picking up the bronze hardware. So in volleyball action, at least, Sean, only one East Region team, men's and women's, came away with the medal, and that's the St. Clair Saints. Actually, I'm pretty sure St. Clair is a Western Conference team as well. Hold on, they are. St. Clair is a Western Conference team, so just shows it's a little bit stronger, at least on the volleyball side, and we've seen it in the basketball side as too, John. The West region producing some monsters out there. And
what is it about the West, Joey? In whatever league you're talking about, the NHL, the NBA, the West just seems to be stronger in every league.
It's weird. It really is. Maybe it's the hardened travel that they got to make out West. Certainly, it's a little more difficult out there to head to Sault Ste. Marie than it is to go from Durham to Centennial, as we've got 10 seconds left on the clock here in this first half. Lords trail by 2. Trying to come down the court, make one more effort are the Bruins. This is Stewart, started by Navarro, but she can't get it to go. Finally, the Lords find a way to stop her, and we're going to head into halftime, 35-33, John, and that was an entertaining first half of basketball.
That's exactly what we expected there. Close back and forth matchup between two teams that were very even in the year. So it's going to be important for the Lords to keep those foul totals down for the second half and keep playing the strong type of game they played, especially in that second quarter, Joey.
Coach LaFontaine has some work to do as they trail by 2. Maddie Dender takes her 9 points and heads into halftime here in the 3-6 crossover matchup. We will be back in about 14 minutes time. We'll give you an out-of-town scoreboard. We'll update you on everything going on in the OCAA here on the Durham Lords Network. We'll be right back. minute 15 away from second half action here between the Sheridan Bruins and your Durham Lords. Sheridan leading 35-33 after one half of basketball, led by Brianna Stewart, who went 4 for 14 from the field, still putting up 11 points, 3 for 4 at the line. For the Durham Lords, it was Maddie Dender leading the way, helped out by her back-to-back deep threes to start the game, as her 9 points sends her into half as the Durham Lords leader. Joey Chapman joined, as always, by my broadcast partner John Lodge. And John, certainly expect to see a bit of a cleaner half of basketball from both teams.
Yeah, you know what that stat line for Stewart tells me is that if you can key in on her, then the Bruins aren't going to be able to do much. Only putting up 11 points on 14 shots and go from the line, 4 shots from the line. Yeah, that's not a very good percentage, Joey. So the Lord's doing a good job defensively against her, but if they can continue to key in on her, she's going to be the key to this offense. No points from beyond the arc for the Bruins as well, Joey. Great job by the Lords guarding that outside arc, and the offensive rebounds. I would have guessed that there was a lot more for the Bruins, but only coming away with 6. Still need to clean that up a little bit more as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The rebound stat is the one that jumped off the page at me the most, looking at our analytics at halftime. 49 rebounds, offensive and defensive combined for both teams. So lots of missed shots, lots of missed opportunities, as Glendenning tries to open this up with a 3. That clanked off the board. Dender misses. Arthur Worthy gets the rebound. And another miss there from the Lords as they hit the rim 3 times in the first 15 seconds. But Keisha Arthurworthy will go to the line to shoot 2. Sheridan quickly picks up their first foul of the third quarter.
Man, if looks could kill or even say any words, I'm going to tell you, when we were walking back up to the booth, I made eye contact with Coach LaFontaine, and she did not look happy at all. She gave me a little bit of an eye roll because we had a discussion the start of the game about only playing 9 players. She went 10 deep, and then she wasn't getting what she was looking for from her starters or from her bench in that one. Close game, but she's definitely expecting more.
As Arthur Worthy's gonna go back to the line here. That's gonna be 2 as Sheridan picks up another foul, and the gymnasium getting loud here at the CRWC. Want to give a quick shout out, because we totally forgot to do this in the first half, to the first 6 teams who made it to the Final 8 tournament. George Brown, St. Clair, Seneca, Mohawk, and Fanshawe all punched their tickets yesterday. Every home team winning except the St. Lawrence. I forget what they're called, the St. Lawrence. We never had them in the gym. So St. Lawrence is the only home team to lose in women's crossover action yesterday. Today, this is the second game. So every other game has been set as Niagara took down Loyalist 62-51 this afternoon to book their spot to the Final 8. And so this is it right here. Sheridan, Durham. Every other matchup has been set, and the winner of this will move on and play late, the 8 o'clock game on the 2nd, I believe. Yeah, March 2nd, when the tournament starts in Humber, and the Hawks will have the broadcasts for you. I want to give a shout out to my cousin Brendan Lyons, who I know does the broadcasts for the Hawks, so you can tune in and listen to his voice instead of mine. This is Kirby coming back the other way as Sheridan still hangs on to this 1-point lead. Arthur Worthy gets the rebound, and the gymnasium gets loud as the Lords have retaken the lead in this game for the first time since the first quarter. This is Stewart again, the leading scorer for the Bruins. She takes a deep 3, and another one misses for number 10, as her stats line is a bit deceiving. Here is Dender. I like that shot from Maddie Dender. She takes her time and just makes the 2-pointer there. The Lords look to have a little bit of momentum here to start this second half. 40-37 now the score. This is Charvez. Charvez, she kicks it out to Brown. Brown moves it to Karen. Karen to the corner, and that ball is missed by Charvez as she gets her own rebound. Arthurworthy there, though. Good defensive play, and Charvez can't get the layup to go. This is Kirby trying to get on the board. She does. Dakota Kirby gets her first 2 of the game as the point guard for the Lords pitches in offensively.
I got to interject here, Joey. Look at the Lords' defense. They have moved off of man-to-man, gone to zone defense. They've realized that Sheridan is not shooting the 3 yet with any success, so they're guarding the paint.
One of a couple halftime adjustments from Coach LaFontaine. We will keep an eye and see what else she decides to do. Kirby, a bit of a nonchalant play there, hits off her foot and rolls out of bounds. That's a wasted trip from the Durham Lords. And Kirby not going to be happy with that. Coach went back to the starting 5 to start this second half. It is Glendenning, Kirby, Dender, Arthurworthy, and Crookshank for the home team. Stewart has it now. She kicks it out to Charvez. Charvez down low. Dender on the defensive coverage there. She gets in front of Audrey Karen. And it will be throw-in for the double blue.
Short clock, though, 8 seconds.
Have to keep an eye on that. Maddie Dender steps in and intercepts that ball. A shot clock second kicks off, as does a game clock second. Good play there by Dender, but it just kind of stagnates everything here. As good momentum is kind of slowed down here. 2.5 minutes into this second half. Stewart for 3, and that almost went, as that would have been the first for Sheridan, but it lipped out. Good defense or offensive play there by Karen to come in and scoop up the rebound. 41-42 the score here in favor of the Lords. This is Crookshank. Gives it to Dender for 3, a deep 3, and it doesn't go as Maddie Dender jacked that one from Bowmanville. Kirby underneath the basket, and that clanks off the right side and doesn't go. Sheridan trying to answer back and retake the lead in this close ball game. Trying to book their spot to Humber in the Final 8 tournament next week. Long pass up there from Kirby to Dender. Dender is fouled underneath the basket as she went up to get the layup, and Karen came in and swatted her hand. Good call there from the officials. That is the second foul of the quarter for the Bruins.
That's got to be the third.
There it is, as our game clock guys are slow today. Normally they're good on that.
Yeah, normally they're real quick on that one. To me right now, things are just moving about a half second too early on the Lords' shots. They're rushing it a little bit too much, and that's due to the Bruins' defense. So, you got to give the Bruins a little bit of props on that one. Kirby is kind of off today. We've noticed that throughout the whole game. She's having a struggle getting her game going, but the rest of her team picking up where she's dropping the ball a little bit. She's a strong player. She'll continue to play through it and shoot through it. Hopefully get back to her game late in this one and make a key contribution in the fourth quarter or late in this third.
And she's going to go to the bench now as Coach LaFontaine has done the big rotation again. Brody comes in with Navarro, Chamberlain, and Kiera. As the rest of the starting 4 go to the bench. Sands, Emily Glendenning, a nice 2 there as Stewart, a good-looking stroke there, probably one of her best of the game. As that ball goes in, still trailing by 1 are the Bruins. Lords lead 44-43. This is Navarro. Navarro tries to get the left-handed layup to go. It doesn't. Possession should go here to the Durham Lords.
No, it's going to go to Sheridan.
Are we sure?
Yeah, possession clock's pointed that way.
Isn't that Durham side now?
Well, it was Durham side to end the half, but they switched sides. So the possession clock never switched.
Oh, they just didn't switch the clock on us. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I noticed that, and I didn't know if that was a thing. They were supposed to switch it or not.
Because now I want to watch the clock or the possession thing, because that's
my job.
That's how you explained it. Now, whoever the refs, no one really knows how these rules work. I'm convinced they're just making it up half the time. As this is batted away by Victoria Brody as she hustles back defensively.
Does her best volleyball impersonation. She volleyed that one to the wall.
Yeah, she just bodied that out of the way as she came flying back in. Stewart's going to throw it in for Sheridan. As Sheridan has 3 fouls, the Lords have 2. We're about 4 minutes into this second half. As that ball by Stewart clanks off the near side of the rim, and the Lords get the rebound. Brody doesn't like what she sees. She gives it back to Navarro. Navarro to Kiera at the top. Kiera hanging onto it. She moves it over to Glendenning. Glendenning with time, looking for an option. She goes inside, but unable to find Emily Chamberlain there, as that was intercepted by the Bruins, and they come back up the other way. Glendenning's going to get a foul call. No. Out of bounds on the Bruins, excuse me, as the Lords catch a break. And it will be a throw in here for the green, white, and gold. Alicia Navarro passes it into Jocelyn Kiera. A full shot clock here for the green, white, and gold as Kiera crosses half court. Kiera guarded by Stewart. She crisscrosses with Navarro. No over and back called there, as they're going to say that went off the hands of a Bruin. Glendenning for a deep 3 and gets it. Emily Glendenning hammers that ball all the way from Elwing. And that ball gives the Lords a 4-point lead. They certainly catch a break there, John, as it looked like that might have been an over and back by the Lords.
It was definitely a tip, but it was close because both hands were on the ball when it got tipped. So good call by the ref in the favor of the Lords, for sure.
The Sheridan Bruins supporting staff certainly didn't like that call, as Stewart's going to get that to go just as the shot clock expires.
A little bit too much ball handling for me by the Lords right now. I'd like to see pass, open it up, because they're playing man defense right now, are the Bruins, so you got to expose that.
Glendenning was shrieking in there. Brody couldn't find her as Sheridan comes back the other way. Slapped down by Victoria Brody. This time she is going to pick up the foul, as that's her second big block of the game, but not going to get away unscathed from that one.
Is it a foul?
Are they not calling a foul?
I don't think that's a foul. I think it's a block.
I thought the official made the signal for foul, but you're right. No foul called there, so Victoria Brody just continues, and there it is.
That's the foul.
See, that's why basketball frustrates me sometimes, Sean, because that one didn't look as much as a foul as the first one, but the referee gets the discretion and calls it, and Victoria Brody just slapping balls away out of the hands of the Bruins.
Is she going to be walking around saying, "Do you see that number 13 in that green paint? That's my house. No one comes in." Great job by her defensively. She hasn't done anything offensively for the Lords, so doing what she has to do, blocking shots, and being that spark that they truly, truly need.
Yeah, uncharacteristically quiet. Victoria Brody over in the first half. She went over from the field and didn't have an opportunity at the line. Here's Kiera, moves it to Glendenning. That could have been a kick ball there. The referees let it go. I think a good non-call. Glendenning, as that's a hard foul there, as that was Teresa Brown. Like I mentioned earlier, she's a big 5'9", and she just ran over Victoria Brody. And that's going to pick up a foul against Sheridan, their 4th of the quarter. Brody gets up, looks no worse for wear.
Yeah, you hope she's okay. She looked like she may have hit her head.
Yeah, so. She went in hard, but she's up now and doesn't seem to have any ill effects. We'll keep an eye on it. As a poor soul in a Boston Bruins hat walks up and sits on the Durham Lords supporter section. Nice pass to Glendenning. Glendenning can't get it to go, but that was a great looking play there from Brody. Back to Glendenning for 3.
I would think that was for 2, but yeah.
Either way, it clanks out, and that was in and out of her hands real quick. Bruins were on her defensively. And the lull offensively for both teams has come, John, as they've struggled to put points on the board, as they're now tied at 2 or 4 sevens.
Yeah, the Bruins just putting up 12, and the Lords putting up 14 this quarter, respectively. Looks like the defense has picked up a little bit on both sides.
Yeah, I guess it's just been the last couple trips down the court for both teams, because when you say it like that, both teams have had no problem scoring in this quarter. Good steal there by Sheridan. Unable to hang on to it was Martin, and it will be a Lords throw, and Alicia Navarro catches a break.
talked about those Bruins and not the ones in here, the Boston Bruins, at least picking up a big win last night against those guys, and Leafs make a trade for Thomas Platanitz, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do there, but we'll get back to this basketball game.
Yeah, the Bruins answered with a Rick Nash signing of their own this morning, so things picking up. NHL trade deadline tomorrow. We don't have class till 5.
I know what I'll be doing.
Yeah, lots of time as Sheridan's retaken a 2-point lead here in this ball game, but doing her best to quickly eliminate it is Chamberlain as she makes her first of 2 from the line. Lords now in the bonus with 3:37 remaining in this quarter. A huge opportunity for the Lords to get to the line, as at halftime they were outscored from the line 9-3. So it's going to be a foul there called on number 10, Jocelyn Kiera. And she's going to check out of this game. Maddie Dender comes back in. Both teams with foul trouble in this quarter as the Lords have 4 of their own, so going to have to be careful at each and every trip defensively. Here is Sheridan moving the ball around. It's Stewart. Nice drive in there, but can't get it to go. Once again is Martin as her offense is dried up. This is Kirby, guarded by Martin coming down the court. Kirby, nice play there. She finds number 24, Emily Chamberlain, as the referee stops play here. Any idea what the referee stopped the entire game to do there, John?
I have no clue.
Me neither, as he wastes everybody's time with 3:06 left in this third quarter.
The only thing I can think of is he was warning the Durham bench because he pointed at the Durham bench.
I don't know what he was doing, but either way, it's his show apparently, as that ball clanks off the rim. Lords with a 1-point lead. The ref needs to know we're not here to watch him, as Kirby drives in hard. She has a room and she gets it. Dakota Kirby finding that offense, John, and that's huge there for number 5 in white.
Coast to coast, cutting through that entire Sheridan team. Great job by Kirby.
The lane opened up for her and she just took advantage. What is that for Kirby now? 4 on the game for Dakota Kirby.
After not having any coming in, so it's 4 this half.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Lords found a way to be in this game at halftime with 2 of their best players pointless at half, and Victoria Brody and Dakota Kirby. Certainly this game is going to be a close one. 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes to go in this quarter. This is Stewart. Stewart clanks that off the rim, and she was guarded there by Dender. Good job there from Maddie Dender, sticking with her. Kirby back up the other way. She lets a 3 go, and the hot hand continues. Dakota Kirby with her 7th point of the quarter and forces the Sheridan Bruins to call a timeout with $1:56 left in this quarter.
Great job by Dakota Kirby. I said it at the half, or at the end of the first half. You know, she's had a rough go in this game, but maybe she could get it going, get her offense moving, and she would be key because she's been so great all year for the Lords. And she's done exactly that, Joey. Great job by her. Victoria Brody, like we said, adding the spark when needed with those huge blocks and that extra fire on the bench, cheering her teammates on. So it's a good job by Durham coming out of coming into the second half of the game and just being better as a team altogether.
Yeah, outscoring the Sheridan Bruins in this quarter 20-16. As Durham has had, certainly they've dictated play here in the second half as the adjustments from Coach LaFontaine seem to be working, namely the switch you mentioned, John, going from man to zone defense, as it's pretty apparent shooting threes is not in the game plan for the Sheridan Bruins.
Definitely not. Not very many attempted in the first half. Just looks like 6 attempted from beyond the arc from the Bruins in that first half, and we've seen only 2 or 3 in this third quarter, one of which was very close to going in. It popped out, and so yeah, the Lords continue with that zone defense. Let them try and shoot that 3 ball and get that rebound, protect the paint.
Sheridan off the timeout, see if they have something drawn up. This is Stewart with it. She drives hard, guarded by Kirby. She kicks it out to beyond the arc, and a 3-ball miss there. That time it was Courtney Martin as the cold run continues beyond the arc for the Bruins. Nice pass inside, and getting it to go is Emily Chamberlain. Good work there. She gets the layup underneath the basket, uses her size. And the graduating senior for the Durham Lords certainly does not want her season to end here today. This is Stewart for 3, and as we said, it's not in their game plan, Johnny. That's back-to-back threes from the Sheridan Bruins, and that's back-to-back misses.
And then they tried to go into the paint there, and it was great guarded.
And the Lords do a good job there, John, not to foul, as they would have put them in the penalty. This is Dender, guarded by Stewart. Navarro to Glendenning at the top. Glendenning for 3, and that doesn't go, but all alone underneath the basket is Navarro for the rebound. She moves it over to Chamberlain, excuse me, as words are getting hard. Nice pass inside there to Brown as she doesn't get it to fall. Teresa Brown misses that layup. 28 seconds left in this quarter. Nice pass in there. Alicia Navarro takes the pass from Dakota Kirby and lays it in, and the Lords have taken a 10-point lead over the Sheridan Bruins with 21 seconds left in this third quarter, John.
Yeah, it's a great job by Durham. They got a little bit away from that zone defense and that fast break, and the Bruins got a chance inside the paint. A good job for them not allowing, lucky for them, they didn't get those 2 points. And this little bit of a run the Lords have been on. They've been playing outstanding, and I guarantee Coach LaFontaine's going to go into this fourth quarter just say more of the same, more of the same.
Absolutely, and there's more of the same right there as Maddie Dender makes a turnaround jumper from almost the foul line. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Jim getting loud. That's a 3-pointer, and the third in a row missed by the Sheridan Bruins, and they're going to want to rethink this game plan as the Lords are taking advantage of these missed trips from the Sheridan Bruins and going down and putting points on the board. It's now a 12-point lead, the largest of the night for either team.
Yeah, Dender 15 points, Arthur Worthy 9, Glendenning 10, Kirby 7, Chamberlain 7, and Navarro 8. Great job by the Lords spreading the scoring around. And this is what I was looking at coming in. The Lords are a much deeper team scoring than the Bruins. The Bruins are 4 deep, and when you shut down their main one, the engine doesn't move as smoothly as it would for the Lords when you can just interchange parts with this squad. So it's a great job by Coach LaFontaine and a great job by the Lords playing and spreading that ball around.
Absolutely, and certainly doesn't hurt Durham that Stewart went quiet in that half. We saw her miss a couple 3-pointers. You mentioned it was real close her first attempt, but it didn't go. And certainly the adjustment defensively by Coach LaFontaine, Stewart had to have been the focal point, and whatever was said at halftime certainly working here for the Durham Lords as they had a huge quarter, scoring 26 and just keeping Sheridan to 16. So that's 2 quarters in a row here, John, that the Lords have outscored the Bruins, and they look to make it 3 and advance to the Elite 8 of the OCAA.
I like that. Hopefully we can get something better than Final 8 going, because that's what they got going on the OCAA page for the championship, or the Ontario Championship, that is.
The Lords looking to be the first team this year to book their spot. Both the volleyball teams fell in the crossover game. The women here at home, the men's team fell in Niagara. The men's basketball team will have an opportunity of their own as they host the 3-6 matchup against the Fanshawe Falcons right here in the CRWC. That's coming at 5:30 on the Durham Lords Network. John Lodge will have the call for you. Make sure you tune in for that one, because that's going to be a hell of a ball game. This is Martin. She faked the 3, but a better defensive play there by Glendenning as she smacked that ball out of her hand. It's Navarro 2-on-2 with Dender. Keeps it, and Alicia Navarro gets the tricky right-handed lay-in to go. As John, that had a bit of airtime under it.
Yeah, she's the third Lord in double digits now, so we're looking for strong output from all of these starting five.
And neither Lord in double digit named Dakota Kirby or Victoria Brody or Dakota Kirby, as that's just a huge testament to how deep this Lord's team is. This is Dender for three. That's missed, but a good rebound there by Chamberlain, and she's going to pick up or draw the first foul of the quarter. She's going to go to the line and shoot two.
I got to tell you, man, I was hard on Chamberlain, I will say fairly for me. I was hard on her all season. She had lost her starting role to Arthur Worthy coming off the bench, but she has been huge in this game. She's been strong in the paint, getting those offensive rebounds, getting those defensive rebounds, and she's been good from the line. Great job by Chamberlain, playing outstanding today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's too bad we don't have it in the third quarter, but I think she went 4 for 4 in the third quarter from the line, as she's just been a monster for the Durham Lords. And you're absolutely right, John. We saw her lose her starting position to number 52, Keisha Arthurworthy. There was some up and down moments. We've seen her be part of Coach LaFontaine's regular rotation. And if you heard the way Coach LaFontaine talked about her during her graduation ceremony, you certainly know that there's a connection there. But she's certainly stepped up and earned her minutes here tonight in the biggest game of the year, and that's exactly what you want to see, as the Lords now lead by 16 here at home in the fourth quarter, as they're going to pick up the foul there. It will be, I believe they're going to give it to Navarro. Yep, that's what Eric says over the PA system. I like being right, John.
That's her third personal foul. So Coach may be looking to pull her out of the game soon.
That's certainly something we're going to have to keep an eye on here, John, for both teams, as it's been a high foul game. We're going to see some players fouling out here. And Victoria Brody, for me, is going to be the player to watch for the Durham Lords. We've seen her pick up at least 3. It could be 4 now after that hard block back in the third quarter. So it's going to be an interesting deployment tactic from Coach LaFontaine. But when you're up by 15, it gives you a little bit more breathing room to play with your bench. This is Navarro for 3. That was a very difficult shot there for Alicia Navarro, as there was a hand right in her face. She doesn't get it to go. Back up the other way here are the Bruins, trying to get some momentum going offensively. They've been ice cold over the last 4 or 5 minutes of game time or so, and they will go to the line here. I believe that's going to be Navarro again picking up the foul. Nope, I'm wrong. Emily Glendenning gets it. Can't be right twice in a row, John. That would just be unheard of.
Yeah, at that point, you almost put your hand up as a teammate and say, that was me, that was me. You hope that you keep the fouls away from your teammates who have the higher count.
Yeah, Glendenning has been huge here for the Lords, the leading minutes for the green, white, and gold, as she's going to come out here, as Kiera comes in for Dakota Kirby and Victoria Brody comes in for Emily Glendenning. 8 minutes left here in the East-West 3-6 crossover game hosted by the Durham Lords, live on the Durham Lords Network. Joey Chapman, John Lodge with you, as Maddie Dender makes a 3, and a huge one there from Dender, as that gives the Lords a 15-point lead once again. And John, we're seeing the 3-point trade for 2-point really go in the favor of the Durham Lords here in the second half.
That's the Lords' 6-3 made of the game, and I may be off by 1, so it may be 7, but my count is 6. And like we have hit on before, Sheridan yet to make a single 3-pointer. You'll trade 3s for 2s all day long.
Well, and especially when they've been struggling, they being the Sheridan Bruins, on the offensive side of the court here the last 5 minutes of gameplay or so. It's really working in favor of the Lords, but early foul trouble is going to really make the next 7:41 interesting, as that is the 4th foul picked up by the Durham Lords in this quarter, John. This is an interesting development, to say the least.
Yeah, I think the Lords thought that she traveled on that one, but the ref called a foul and not a travel. So
Coach LaFontaine was 4 steps on the court beside herself after that call. Good rebound there, as Emily Chamberlain needed to come away with that ball, and she did. That's her job underneath the rim there, and that's a big play by number 24. Here's Navarro trying to slow things down for the Durham Lords. She gives that ball away as she was looking for Brody. Brody comes back though and steals it.
Oh, come on.
And they're gonna call the foul on Victoria Brody. Doesn't like it at all. John doesn't like it. I don't like it. The coach doesn't like it. The fans don't like it. I don't even think the Sheridan Bruins like it, as that is a weak foul call there by our favorite official. Captain run the show, as it is a 15-point lead here for the Durham Lords, and Stewart goes to the line,
and the ball don't lie.
She's ice cold here, as Stewart continues to be a volume shooter, to say the least, but it's not working out in her favor as she misses both there, as the Lords are already in foul trouble. You might as well foul now, as Brody gets that ball stolen. That was a good play there by Villagis to step up and steal it.
No, Brody is going to lose it here. She's chirping at the ref. I'm sorry to cut you off there, but she's starting to lose her temper a little bit here. If I was Coach LaFontaine, before she gets teed up, I'd get her off the court.
Yeah, certainly got to keep an eye on it, as we've seen that happen in the past, but everything's slowing down here. A substitution being made by the Bruins. And the Lords firmly in control of this ball game. Just got to keep composure here. You would hate to see a 15-point lead at home evaporate in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's 100%. It's interesting though. A couple of these fouls that happened back to back here that are kind of ticky-tacky. Sheridan Bruins haven't been able to put one in the net, and they've missed 4 free throws.
As the Lords catching a break here is twice in a row, Sheridan unable to make them, and that's huge for Durham, as they picked up 6 fouls in this quarter alone, but they can't be doing that, as that's another giveaway on the offensive side of the court. Stewart steps back, and finally, John, she makes that one. Excuse me, as I've decided to start hiccuping in a horrible time. Here is Navarro. Navarro has it guarded. The Lords need a good possession here after 2 giveaways in a row. This is Brody. Brody hangs onto it. Lots of room. She takes the 3. Almost gets it there, as it looked good, but just clanks off the front part of the rim. And Coach LaFontaine's going to double substitution here as Kiera and Brody come out of this game. Coach now has an animated discussion with the officials, as nobody seems to be happy with the stripes here today.
That's the second ref she's had a conversation with, and she's not happy.
Well, they haven't been good, so that's just not from a Durham Lords standpoint. There's been a lot of ticky-tack calls both ways here this afternoon. This is Brown. She tries to get the turnaround jumper to go, does not. Once again, a good play there by Emily Chamberlain, as I can't see her coming out of this game anytime soon. She's been huge here in the second half. Glendenning to Dender. Dender, lots of time. She's going to take it and doesn't get it to go, as another 3 missed there from the Lords. Glendenning with the defensive play. Looks like she might have been ragdolled down, and she looks slow getting up. This is not a good sign for the Durham Lords, as we already see Glendenning with the knee brace on her left knee.
She's trying to walk it off.
Yeah,
that's
limping around here. She looks like she's going to be okay, or at least she's going to tough through it, as the 2-sport athlete for the Durham Lords showing some guts here. She's running on that knee now. A bad pass from Dakota Kirby, as the Lords sloppy basketball has given or cut this lead to 11 here with 5:20 left on the clock. Joey Chapman, John Lodge with you on the Durham Lords Network. This is Kirby. Kirby to Dender. Dender hangs onto it. She's guarded closely here by number 4, Sydney Charvez. That 3 missed, as another miss from the Lords, as that's back-to-back possessions for Durham without points. And Glendenning's going to get called here for the foul. And John, clearly you don't like that one.
That was a clean strip by me, and I mean, I may have been been able to stomach that call a little bit more if the Lords weren't already in the penalty. But to call that and know you're sending the Bruins to the line, I'm letting my emotions get the better of me in this one. But these calls, they're some of the lightest foul calls I've ever seen.
certainly has not been the best officiated game we've seen here in the CRWC, as it's become the referee show this afternoon. It really has been from tip-off when there was fouls called to less than a minute in the game, back-to-back fouls, I should say, called against the Lords, as Coach LaFontaine is going to call a timeout here, but I'm not quite sure what's happening. Oh, they're going to shoot the fouls before we do the timeout. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this is Stewart at the line, down by 10. The Lords have 0 fouls to give, as they have been in the penalty for quite some time here. Sheridan has 4 to give. That's a good play there underneath the basket from Chamberlain. Shockingly, there wasn't a call there, but the Lords take advantage. Nice play there by Navarro to split. This is Kirby, and that doesn't go. Another play, another rebound for Chamberlain, and she gets underneath it. Another rebound for the Lords. This time it's Navarro. Chamberlain hangs onto it. Navarro's down. She went to the court hard. She's up limping herself. This is Glendenning. Glendenning for 3. There's another quick 3 attempt from the Lords. Doesn't go. Sheridan coming back the other way. This is Brown. Brown driving in. A nice play to get around Kirby, but that layup hangs on the rim and falls for a Lord break. Back up the other way. Here are the green, white, and gold. It's Kirby. Kirby has it now. Kirby looking for options. Fouled hard there, as that's an easy call, as believe that is Stewart. It was draped all over Dakota Kirby, and with 4:04 left in this ball game, she will shoot 2.
The Lords need to slow this game down, Joey. They're falling into the trap that the Bruins are setting. They're trying to play at the same pace that Sheridan is, and they're not able to do it just at this moment in the game. So, got to slow it down, hold the possession. You have a 10-point lead, hopefully 12 after this trip to the line here for Kirby. Make them have to make better, cleaner shots and not be able to shoot volume and be able to get you off your game. And it's just a bad look for you. It's kind of like when an older, slower team in hockey is getting outpaced by the Maple Leafs, right? You gotta play your style and not their style.
Would you like to see the Lords get away from shooting the 3-ball here? With 4 minutes left in this game, we've seen back-to-back possessions, it feels like, where they've gone for a 3-ball and haven't come away with any points.
Yeah, it almost seems though every time they go for that 3 shot is that's the only shot that Sheridan's giving them. So the only way you can get away from that 3 is to move the ball, move it, pass it, don't handle it too much. Not this ISO ball that we're seeing when they were more successful in that third quarter. They were passing the ball and getting the open shots. Got to get back to that, especially if you want to shoot the 3. You can't shoot it with someone's hand in your face.
Absolutely not. Here as we're getting set for Dakota Kirby to come back and shoot her 2. 68-58 the score. Kirby lips out the first one. Sheridan, this is just their second foul of the quarter, as this is going to be a close one, folks. The Lords at one point are led by as much as 16. That is now 11. Don't expect Sheridan to go away quietly here. A berth in the final 8 on the line. This is Stewart. She steps back and shoots and gets it, and that's going to be a 3-point play there for number 10 in blue, as Glendenning is going to get called for the foul. They're going to say it was a push, but Stewart remains down on the court here.
She's okay.
I think she stepped on Glendenning's foot as she got that ball off.
They're going to lay her back down.
Yeah, looks to be in serious pain here as the athletic staff for Sheridan's come out to look at her. And 3:51 left in this ball game, and yeah, Brianna Stewart, the leading scorer for the Sheridan Bruins, down in pain on the court after making a 2-pointer and cut this lead to 9.
I hate to say it, Joey, but that could work out in the favor of the Lords. You never want to see anybody get hurt. It looks like it might be, I don't know if they're working on her ankle or her quad.
Ankle, quad, knee, it's
all in the same area right now.
We're broadcasters,
not doctors?
Yeah, not physios, but as Amanda laughs at that, she can tell we're clearly not physios. We just talk sports up here. Shout out to Amanda, just killing it on the camera this year. All season long, sitting up here in the booth, having to deal with us. She's been here for almost every game and just killing it for the Lords as Stewart stands up. I guess we'll give a shout out to the rest of the game day staff. Eric, Charmaine, the entire crew. DJ, what's the DJ's name down there? Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Shout out to DJ. We'll learn his name. He's killing it. He always bumps the music before the games. Maddie Cross down there with the cameras, taking photos that you see on Instagram, Snapchat, everywhere. It takes a whole team down here at the game day staff. Shout out to the crew down there selling the hot dogs, the Durham dogs, getting those sour keys given out. Shout out to Mikey, always getting people fired up inside the gym here, passing out noisemakers, giving away the pots and pans. As Stewart has come out of this ball game here, she's stretching it out behind the net. As stepping in for her was Karen, and she steps up and makes the free throw attempt. 8-point lead, yeah. You're in my head, Johnny, as I guess that should be pretty similar at this point, as I feel like we're in each other's heads a lot. Either here or on Riot or
always, wherever. You know, when we work so closely together, it's easy to know whatever the other's going to say.
We just got headphones on with each other in our ears most of the time. All right, 3:43 here. That ball is stolen by Sheridan. A great play there by Courtney Martin.
Oh no.
As Dakota Kirby
That's a wrist.
Went hard into the padded wall behind the basket.
No, it wasn't the wall. It was on the block. She fell before she went to the wall, and it looks like it's her wrist or her shoulder.
And that's certainly not a good sign, as the veteran Lord walking to the sidelines now.
Hopefully it's just a stinger. It looks like it was, but the way she reacted wasn't good.
Yeah, Coach LaFontaine up on her feet as the injury bug has hit the CRWC here. Both teams playing banged up. It's the end of the year playoffs. This is what it's all about. Nobody's feeling 100%. As that's going to be a foul called against Sheridan. I certainly believe so.
Yes.
And Martin, it was in or on the defensive side of offensive side of the court for Sheridan, so it will be a throw in here.
What's important here is that Sheridan is now at 4 fouls himself, so Lords continue to play a physical style game and hopefully get into the bonus.
And there it is, as that's going to be a reach-in foul.
No, they're going to call it a jump ball.
No, they're not. That's interesting. Let's go with interesting, if not terrible. But interesting.
That's interesting.
We got some outfits showing up here as more and more people piling into the CRWC. It's getting loud. 3:20 left on the clock. Lords lead by 6. 39 or 69-63. Rob Gronkowski's favorite number. That's good ball movement here by the Bruins. Kicked around it is Rowe. Rowe gets it to fall. Lead is now just 4. 3 minutes even on the clock. Kirby dribbling the ball. First time she's touched it since she went down with that injury. Here is Kiera. Kiera on the court for the Lords. Jocelyn Kiera hanging on to this ball. She leaves it for Dender. Dender, step back, 4-3. Maddie Dender clanks that off the rim, as that would have been a dagger. Back up the other way come the Sheridan Bruins. Sheridan gets it to go, and Glendenning's going to pick up another foul, and she's going to, shooting 2 here will be the Bruins, as the bonus has really been good for the Sheridan Bruins here, as Glendenning has a couple words for the official.
The Lords are shooting way too many 3-pointers, Joey. I was shaking my head. No, I knew what Maddie Dender was thinking there, and she can't be shooting those 3 balls.
As this is a ball game, folks. Clank off the rim as Chavez misses her first of 2 at the line. Coming back into this game, Victoria Brody's in now. Glendenning stays in. Navarro's on the court. Chamberlain on, and Dender, as that's a huge break there for the Lords, as that's 2 free throws missed there by Chavez. Coming back other way is Victoria Brody, slowing things down. Gives it inside, a good job there, and getting it to go. Emily Chamberlain puts the Lords at 71. That was a good job there from number 24, keeping her team in this ball game. It's been a big game for Emily Chamberlain. A 3 taken here and a 3 missed as Sheridan continues to be over beyond the arc. That time it was Martin. Dender tries to answer with a 3 of her own. It's a deep one and it goes. Finally she gets it as Maddie Dender steps up and drills a 3-ball. Lead is now 9, and Sheridan is forced into calling a timeout.
21 points for Dender now. Majority of those on 3 balls. Those are the 3s she can shoot. Wide open, no hands in the face, no defender near you. You get it up, you get the clean look. It's when she has to add extra arc or extra power on a deeper 3 that I don't want to see her taking them.
Yeah, it was a deep 3 there by Dender. She was right in the Student Association sponsorship circle as she was a good 1.5 feet off the line, but she stepped up and nailed it. And that's what this Durham Lords team can do, John. They're a quick-paced, high-attack, quick striking offense, and that time it worked out.
Yeah, lead back up to 9 points now. Good job by Durham. There was 4 points there at its lowest amount in this quarter, and it was getting a little bit sketchy there. The Bruins able to shoot 2 free throws, but missing them both. Good job by Brody getting up, finding Glendenning, and then Brody again getting up, finding Dender. She stepped up huge, not able to put any on the board for herself, but guarantee she's racking up the assists.
Absolutely, as Coach Deas ran over to the scorer's table to call that timeout after that 3 from Dender. He had seen enough. Do we see Stewart back onto the court? We do. She has come back into this game for the Sheridan Bruins. 2 minutes left in this ball game. A berth in the Final 8 tournament on the line here in this East-West 3-6 crossover matchup. This is Martin. She gives it to Stewart. Stewart for 2. That clanks off the front part of the rim. Victoria Brody had a hand in her face. Brody coming up the court. She stops and slows things down, doing just like you said, John. It's smart play there by Victoria Brody. Navarro slowing things down, as that has been the message here from Coach LaFontaine clearly. Navarro to Glendenning. 9 seconds left on the shot clock as they move the ball in. Navarro outside to Dender. Dender 4-3. Maddie Dender makes a huge 3-pointer there as the Durham Lords kill 20 seconds off the clock and end it with a 3. What an ice-cold shot from Maddie Dender. $1:22 left on the clock. Sheridan trying to answer. Brody got her hands on that ball. It's Brown trying to get it. She does. Tomorrow, Brown gets that lay-in to go over top of the Lords. Nice play there. Brody has it, slowing things down, taking advantage of the fact that they know Sheridan doesn't have a foul to give here. This is Navarro. Navarro hanging on to it. Interesting here that they're not fouling, as that ball is going to be missed by Chamberlain.
Wow.
But a weak foul call there.
And a late one.
Yeah, that certainly didn't look like much, but Emily Chamberlain's going to go to the line to shoot 2, and now both teams are in the bonus. A huge break there for the Lords, John.
It's almost like the ref was waiting to see if that one went in before he decided to call the foul, as the ball was coming away and he blew his whistle. So interesting, but the Lords will definitely take it.
And that was the ref who I thought's been the best, or at least the quietest referee of the 3 on the court tonight. But the Lords will take advantage, and the on fire Emily Chamberlain continues her strong night at the line. She steps up and makes that one. An 11-point lead here for the Lords. Less than a minute on the game clock. Sheridan needs a 3-pointer here to get back into this game. It is Martin. Kicks it outside. There's the 3 attempt and made. The first 3 by the Sheridan Bruins, and Sydney Chavez steps up and makes it. Dender hanging on the ball here, trying to force a Sheridan foul. And there it is. As they will go to the line and shoot 2. That was awfully close to being an over and back, as they were right up against the half-court line where the Durham Lords.
Yeah, tried to put Dender in a coffin there, but unable to do so.
But she got the ball away and gave it to Brody, who picks up the foul. And she steps up.
Her first points of the game.
Really? Victoria Brody, that's her first points of the game. That is shocking. She was certainly a player we had circled coming into this one, but she's trying to ice it now. She misses the first attempt, or second attempt, I should say, excuse me. 30 seconds left on the clock here. Sheridan trying to do something, down by 9. This layup goes. as they're going to be full court defense here as they foul quickly, and Durham's going to go back to the line. Alicia Navarro will shoot here for the green, white, and gold as the tension is palpable inside the CRWC right now.
Yeah, I got a feeling this last 25 seconds is going to take a while to tick off the clock because the Bruins are not going to go down without a fight.
No, absolutely not, and both teams have a timeout, and both teams are in the bonus. Wouldn't expect anything less in a big playoff matchup. The number 9 ranked provincially Sheridan Bruins currently trailing the number 10 ranked Durham Lords 79-72, 27 seconds left on the clock. Navarro steps up and flanks that first one, hits 3 different parts of the rim but doesn't get it to go. Lord's not worried about getting the rebound offensively. Brody tried to after that ball missed out. 2 big misses from Navarro. Glendenning back. Good job there. I thought it was all ball, but they're going to say it was wrist as Emily Glendenning picks up another foul here. She's certainly got to be close to getting out of this game. And Sheridan goes back to the line.
Yeah, she did well in the first half, only taking 1, but she's had a few in the second half.
Absolutely, as the Lords have really...
Oh, I think she fouled out.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me, as we've certainly seen her arguing with the officials back and forth in this game. And a huge game from Emily Glendenning, and she's going to take a seat with 20 seconds left.
She played a lot this game. Absolutely. She started, and she was the transition player for the second unit. So playing fantastic as Kiera having a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Emily Glendenning continues to be one of the best players for the Durham Lords as her stellar second half continues. Sheridan has struggled mightily at the free throw line in this game, John. It's the only reason they're not leading right now, but that's a good job there by Courtney Martin stepping up and making 2. Here is Kirby. She's fouled. 18 seconds left on the clock as 4 seconds ticked away there, excuse me, as Durham needs to answer with a couple free throws made of their own here.
Yeah, they got to put some of these in. Interestingly enough, coach of the Bruins yelling at his teams like, you got a foul on that first pass.
Yeah, they're trying to take advantage here and cut this one close. Kirby stepped up and made 1 to make it a 7-point game. She cannot. It's a 6-point game with 15 seconds left on the clock. Back up the other way comes Sheridan, but that ball sneaks through the hands of Courtney Martin as she goes full Wes Welker on that one and can't hang on. 13 seconds left on the clock.
And a timeout.
And that is Sheridan's final timeout of the game. 6-point lead here for the Durham Lords, 80-74.
Good job by Durham not collapsing in this one. The lead kind of went down there for a bit. Like you said, at its most, I believe, was at 15. So good job by them. They went all the way down to 4 points, and they did not let it go lower than that. They need to stand strong here. It's a 6-point lead with 13 seconds left. You'd think that everything is safe, but we've seen crazy things happen in this game of basketball all over the world. So anything is possible, as Kevin Garnett said. We'll see what the Lords can do, though, as they have possession here coming out of this timeout.
Coach LaFontaine trying to keep the troops calm here, as they are 13 seconds away from clinching an Elite 8 berth here, as they're going to throw the ball in. Victoria Brody looks to make a good decision on the court. Brody, Dender, Navarro, Chamberlain, and Dakota Kirby.
I'd get it into the hands of Kirby if it was me.
That's exactly what they do here, as she is fouled. And Dakota Kirby going to go to the line in 1 second. Ticked off the clock here. This feels like an NBA game, John.
Yeah, back and forth, whistles and timeouts and fouls, and it's just been a really close game here.
as Kirby steps up and misses the first one. She makes this ball. It will be a 7-point game.
Lots of nerves here, Joey.
Still a 2-possession game here as Kirby steps up and misses the first one. Sheridan's got to come down the court. Do not foul if you're a Durham Lord right now. Brody, a deep 3 taken and missed. It looked like Brody might have got a piece of it. Navarro gets the rebound and is fouled. 3.6 left on the clock. Why are they not going to the
jump
line?
Ball.
As the referees continue to be terrible, as that's a jump ball. Victoria Brody gets it, hangs on, and that is it, folks. Your Durham Lords win 80-74, defeating the Sheridan Bruins, and they will move on to the Elite 8 tournament and a shot at an OCAA provincial title.
That was a great job by the Lords. Like I said, leading up to the end of this game, they had the big lead and they were able to come down, or they came down a lot, but they were able to retain that lead. Good job by them heading into the championship, playing a strong team game and having to find themselves, especially after early miscommunications and having to go 10 deep. We see Owusu come off the bench. We only seen her for a few minutes in this game and she stayed back on the bench, but good job by Durham there, led by, of course, number 3, Maddie Dender.
Fighting through some early adversity, the Durham Lords come back to win it, and they have an opportunity to win a OCAA championship. That tournament will be held at Humber starting on March the 2nd. Maddie Dender and her 24 points are enough to give the Durham Lords a victory here this afternoon, and that is going to be it for our women's basketball coverage here on the Durham Lords Network. Do not go anywhere. John and myself will be right back for the men's game, as that's going to start in about 25 minutes, half-hour time. Thank you so much for tuning in all season long, and make sure you tune in and support the Durham Lords on their quest to become provincial champions. For John Lodge, I'm Joey Chapman. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 20 minutes time for the second half of our doubleheader. Go Lords.